Along our state's coast, just a few feet beyond the shore, lies the threat of rip currents. Rescuers had to save hundreds of people over the last few days, and so far, they have rescued 46 people. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Lovingood.
And I'm Ashley Rowe. This is so sad. This Raleigh man died over the weekend trying to save children caught in a current. WRAL's Chelsea Donovan heard from his loved ones and spoke to a rescuer about how to stay safe.
And I waited for like 20 minutes. I finally walked around there, and that's when my daughter was coming to me out of breath, sobbing, saying something happened to John. And I just walked over and looked at people doing chest compressions on him.
Marcy Corral's boyfriend, John Shackelford from Raleigh, died last month after trying to save 2 children from a rip current off the coast of Pender County.
And I went and grabbed his hand, and I knew he was already gone.
And this past weekend, a 58-year-old Sanford man died after trying to save several children in a rip current at Fort Fisher.
We've had a little bit higher number of rescues than normal, roughly about 19 or 20 a day, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So that's been a little bit, higher than so far this summer.
The numbers are staggering. 350 rip currents along our coastline just since Friday. Yesterday alone, there were 90, 70 in Carolina Beach, 18 in Wrightsville, and 2 in Curry Beach. Remember, always look at the flag flying before you get in the water. Yellow is caution and red is high hazard, meaning high surf and strong currents.
You should never swim near the piers. You should never swim near the jetty.
But you should always swim near a lifeguard or lifeguard stand. Should you find yourself in a rip current, which there is risk for all week, first thing and the hardest thing to remember:
don't panic, right? Don't start to panic and swim against the current or against the rip current because you're not going to be successful.
Think stay calm and swim parallel.
Just relax, let it pull you out a little bit, and then you want to swim parallel, right? Either north or south, depending on the longshore, to kind of swim out of that rip current. It's not going to pull you out to sea. It's not going to pull you under the water. It might take you out 5, 10, maybe 15 yards, and then it's going to dissipate.
Chelsea Donovan, WRAL News.
Let's bring in meteorologist Kat Campbell now. Kat, you know a whole lot about rip currents, so I've got a couple questions for you. Where are there the worst risks for rip currents, and why are they so dangerous?
Sometimes we see an increased risk for rip currents right around some of the piers, but lately this weekend, one of the biggest threats has been at Carolina Beach, where there have been about 250 rip current rescues just in this weekend at Carolina Beach alone. Today, the highest risk for rip currents is between Surf City and Cape Hatteras, and each day the National Weather Service is really able to put together these rip current forecasts based on the currents, the longshore currents, and figure out this data. They also partner with the local lifeguards to put together this map for you, and we put these forecast maps on WRAL.com so you can check in on them anytime. A lot of these rip current deaths and fatalities, unfortunately, are from people going in to save others in rip currents. So remember, always use professional help. Get a lifeguard or make sure that you enter with a floaty. A rip current is a pretty narrow corridor, current moving away from the water. So it's always best, as Chelsea said, swim parallel to the shore or try to float, and definitely always try to call for help for those lifeguards. They are busy out there. This weekend alone, they have saved over 350 lives at the North Carolina coast. So we are very, very thankful for all the hard work that they've done.